Hi, this is Andy Wicks at MediaPreview.net. That was a demo for the 8mm Distress Kit 4K, and now I'm just going to give a little tutorial on what it is and how you use it. I'm working in Premiere here, but the Distress Kit works equally well in most editors and motion graphics programs. If you're wanting to check whether your system can work with the 8mm Distress Kit 4K, then the thing to do is to download the free samples and have a little play. So what we've got here is a collection of clips, and these have all been scanned at the best quality and at 4K size from 8mm Cine film, Super 8 and Standard 8. And you use these clips to lay over your footage and your edits to give a kind of old school feel, a bit of a flourish. Since we introduced the Distress Kit in 2009, you see a lot of these sort of effects on TV and in films. But I always think a good example is the title sequence to the program Californication. You can check that out on YouTube. More recently, the title sequence to Making of a Murderer uses these kind of effects in a very subtle way. So what we have here firstly are the damage clips, and they tend to be fairly long stretches. They come in different strengths, and you overlay these on your clips to add texture and dust and scratches. Next we've got some light leaks, and these sort of flare over your footage. Then we've got our numbers and text, countdown and the ends, and there's some leaders in there. And then you've got your transitions. They tend to be sort of quick little flashes that you lay over your edits. And then also we've got some out and out grunge. Let's get down to business. What we've got here is an HD sequence. You can see that it is full HD 1920 1080, and basically I've sort of desaturated these clips. I'm using the onboard three-way color corrector, which most programs will have something like that, and so I've sort of taken the color out down a bit, and in some cases turned them to black and white. So let's make a start. So first of all, we're going to put some damage onto this first clip, and I've picked a fairly light damage here, and I've put an in and an out point, and you can see that these are long stretches. I've just taken a little bit there, and so the first thing we need to do is to scale it down, because the 4K clips are much larger than the HD footage. So we'll scale it down to 65. So next we need to take out the white, and we use the blending modes for this. Multiply takes out the white, so we'll put that on, and then let's have a look. And you can see it's just introduced little flashes, little touches of dust and scratches. This clip here you can see has got quite dark areas. So it might be nice to kind of reverse out the dust and scratches and have them a bit of a lighter colour. Now there's a couple of ways we could do that. We could put one of the clips that are on black. So let's just try that and see how that goes. Well, first of all we need to scale it down. There we go, to 60%. And to take out the black, we need to, this case, use the screen mode. So multiply takes out white, screen takes out black. And let's have a look at that. So you can see the little spots of the little flashes there. So that looks pretty good, but let's just try a different route. What we're going to do now is to bring up one of the white clips, and we're going to reverse it out. So first of all we'll drag it down, we'll scale it down. So now what we need to do is to put the invert filter on. So we'll type in invert, channel invert, and so now we've turned the white to black, and it's a question of using the screen mode to get rid of the black. So that looks okay, I think, but we can probably improve it. It's a little bit milky around there. So let's just, what we'll do now is bring up the three-way color corrector. We're just going to increase the black level slightly just to try and get rid of some of that milkiness. Okay, so let's have a look at those. And that's coming along, I think. So for this clip, let's make it a little bit more grainy. We'll use one of the clips that has more grain in it. We'll put an in and an out point and drag that down, scale it down. Now the grain ones work quite well in the overlay mode, so let's just do that. It's just off screen. So that's kind of introduced quite a sort of noir look, but let's just try and brighten things up a little bit. So what we could do is to take out the colour of the actual Distress Kit clip. We'll use the three-way and just desaturate that. And now we'll just sort of brighten that up a little bit. And maybe we could take the opacity down a bit on this one. So let's have a look. That looks pretty good to me. So for this end one, let's go for one of the blue flashes. Let's pick that splodge there, lay that down, scale it down. Then in this case, we need to take out the black, so we'll use the screen mode. That looks good. So let's have a look now at the light leaks, and we'll find one to put over the start. This one, in fact. To scale it down, we could keep the sprocket holes in here, and then we need to take out the black, so we'll use the screen mode. So that's good, but let's just actually start it where that white, where it flares over white. So we'll bring that back, and then we'll just put in a little dissolve. That's good. And now let's put something over here. We'll choose another one. And with this one, let's just sort of do something a little bit different. Well, first of all, we'll scale it down. But this time we'll rotate the clip, so it flares up from the bottom, and so we'll rotate it -90, and then we need to scale it back up. We're still under 100%, and so we'll move the clip up, and let's find out a good mode for this. Add, I think, will probably work, so let's go with that and have a look. That's interesting. We'll draw a little mask here, I think, and so it's not going over the whole shot. Okay, then I need to invert that and feather it out. And let's look at that. Yep, that looks good. Okay, so now let's put some transitions on, and we'll drag that down and scale it down again, and we'll change the blending mode to add. Let's find another one. Let's scale it down. Use the add transfer mode. So let's have a look at the sequence. And you can see we've sort of added a totally new look to this. And we could have just picked another set of clips and it would look different again. I think that's the beauty of the Distress Kit. It's kind of flexible and fast and fun. We're just scratching the surface of what we could do. So finally, let's just have a look at frame rates. The Distress Kit is scanned at a frame rate of 25 frames a second. But it works equally well at other frame rates. So I thought I'd just do a little test here where I've downloaded this traffic footage and put it into a sequence. And if we look at the sequence settings, we can see it's 1080p but the frame rate is 29.97. And what we've got here is we've got a light leak clip and a damage clip, and these are out of the box at 25 frames a second. Whereas these ones, what I've done is copied the footage, duplicated it, and then going into the modify properties, I've interpreted the footage and changed the frame rate to 29.97. So let's just have a look at see if there's much difference. So this is the 25 frames a second. And this is the 29.97, which is playing faster. So I don't think there's that much in it, but it's probably a good idea to interpret the footage to match your frame rate. So there you have it. The Distress Kit comes in two versions, the classic version, which has 32 clips, and the premium version that has a total of 64 clips. And there's an upgrade path from the classic to the premium versions. The only downside is that these 4K files take up a lot of space, so it's a hefty download, 5.6 gigabytes for the classic version and another 4.5 for the premium version. So you'll need a good steady internet connection. If that's a problem or you get stuck, you can always get in touch with us and we can arrange to ship it to you on a memory stick. So I'd recommend that you have a look at the clip previews, and then you can see exactly what you're getting, and maybe download the free samples and have a little play. But in the meantime, this is Andy Wicks at MediaPreview.net. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and see you next time.